Good morning, guys. So I wanted to do a reading this morning about whatever wants to come through. Low key, I'm kind of hoping it's a quick reading, no offense, but just whatever wants to come through. I really want a positive reading, so I chose angel oracle guides, ancestor guides. So yeah, and then just to let you guys know, I'm also doing TikTok videos now because low-key I think I'm hilarious. So you know, I'm an Aries, so that sounds about right, what I'm saying and how I'm saying it. So the link is in the description if you guys want to follow or take a look, see what it's all about. It's pretty much like what I consider to be tarot bloopers, where, you know, one of my struggles in this life is reflecting in my tone how it is I feel. And it's a real struggle for me, and that's because, you know, it's one of my squares in my astrology chart. And a square is when it's like conflict, pretty much. It's like something you're meant to work through. It's literally Saturn's energy, and usually you work through it later on in life, which is right about now in your 30s. So it's something I'm trying. I do work at it. I really do. I acknowledge it, and I make jokes here and there, but it's something I'm aware of, and I am trying. But I also figured it's fun to make fun of yourself. Like, if you're not laughing, other people will. So you might as well laugh with them, you know? And if you're not laughing, you're being too serious, and life's too short. So with that being said, pile one if you feel like this crystal resonates with you, because I'm still hung up on it until I find something else. Feel free to fast forward by clicking the link below. Pile two if you feel like this crystal resonates with you. Fast forward to the link below to pile two, okay? All right, so pile one. I'm putting on lotion, hold on. All right. What wants to come through for you? Sorry about the background noise, but you know, is what it is. I feel like they're focusing in on a door, and it just keeps opening and closing. Nothing's happening with it. I feel like they want you to make some type of movement that you're aware of. So I'm seeing a cross. I'm going to open my eyes for a second just because I learned something recently, which makes me think about this. So in astrology, in your natal chart, there's this thing called a grand cross. Not a lot of people have it, but what it means is that you would have great difficulty it would mean that you would feel there's like this need to do something, but yet having great difficulty doing it, like great difficulty overcoming it, but like it's like you're meant to do it, and some people do it and some people don't. They consider this like the provoker. So a lot of people who are successful have this as well. So maybe that's something to look into, because I feel like with pile one, it's always like there's always a fucking door, you know, a bunch of doors opening, swinging, closing, but nobody's ever going through them. So I feel like that's something to look into. I know I personally have that. So it's literally a struggle where it's like you feel like you're meant to do something, but sometimes it's like you ponder with the thought of what? Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Guy, come on. Oh my God. Sorry. It's not even worth it, guy. She's not even gonna know what you're doing. Sorry. So anyway, yeah, that's something to look into. I would see if you have these things. What else? Or a yod. That's also another thing where it's like it's not as popular, as common in people's natal chart, where it's just this feeling of feeling like you have to do something, and you usually do. And again, this is something that successful people do have in their chart. So I would look into that as well, or Google it, and but definitely check on astro.com. And what this is going to look like is well, astro.com, I actually don't know how it would look, to see if you have a grand cross. Maybe Google grand cross calculator, something like that, and then yod calculator, see if that's a thing. But yeah. Okay, so anyway, so there's something about faith, either not having faith or not having hope. I'm feeling like I'm seeing like a light shine on you in the dark. Okay, let me look at the cards. Trust the universe. Oh my gosh, I wish I said that. I knew I should have said it. So what I felt like I was seeing was, so when I said it's like there's a light on you in the dark or something like that. So when you randomly think of these things, randomly think of movies or scenes, it's a download. So I instantly thought of, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, the movie Chicago. And there's this scene, Mr. Cellophane, with the guy from Step Brothers, Will Ferrell's brother. It's a really good song. It goes, Mr. Cellophane should have been his name, because you can look right through me, you can see right through me, and never know I was there. So it's like, I feel like you feel like there's no hope, something like that. And it's like the universe is there with you, taking you through these things that maybe you feel down about, because it's like it's meant to teach you these things, to take you to where you gotta go. And I think you're having difficulty with that concept, because it's a hard concept to grasp. But once you get it, it's like that aha moment. It's like, oh shit, now I get it. Enjoy growth and reap reward. Yeah, what did I just say? So this is the Empress of Tarot. This is like the nurturing, intuitive psychic. This is, it's like you're going through the things you're going through, kind of like what is that expression? What did they say about a diamond? That you have to, a diamond in the rough. It's like, oh my God, I can't think of the expression. Hopefully you guys are thinking of it. But sometimes a diamond is made under pressure, right? Is that it? Something like that. So you may be going through a lot of things that are kind of dark, and it's like, because it's supposed to take you to where you're supposed to go. And it's like, you may be thinking like that's a thing, like just to make you feel good, but it's not. It's literally not. All right, so let's see if there's anything else. I feel like I'm seeing happiness behind things that you can't see right now. It's like you see this, I felt like I was seeing happiness right here, right in front of you. And it's like, you're not able to obtain it. You're not able to see it. So I feel like the message is that you have like these blockages, and you just can't, you're either like unaware of them, which would make sense. It's why it's a blockage, right? I would honestly like try to figure it out by looking at your natal chart. I would look at your Lilith. I would look at your Lilith placement, like what house it's in. I would look at what you have in your 12th house, because that's all about the subconscious. If you can unlock the subconscious, then you can probably figure out what you're blocking, because that's what the subconscious is all about. That's what people pay for. So I would see what zodiac sign is in your 12th house placement. So mine's Libra. So for example, for me, it's that people pleaser in the subconscious mind. So it's like, now that's unlocked, I'm like, oh, no. You know what I mean? So the psychology behind that, because again, this is the 12th house placement. This is the subconscious. You're trying to unblock these blockages that the universe is saying you're having, because it's like your happiness is right in front of you. You're probably saying, no, that would be because it's a blockage. There's something going on in your subconscious mind that you can't see. Again, people pay for this shit. But if you look what's in your 12th house placement, if you would look at the zodiac sign that's holding that energy. So again, I'll use me as an example. 12th house placement is Libra. So people pleaser, okay? And I'm not going to go into, what other things I have, because it's nobody's business. But when I look at, asteroids, other planets, whatever, all of that stems to my subconscious mind. So once I looked into those things, I had my aha moment, and literally you feel that energetic release, and you're like, holy shit. So I would highly recommend your 12th house placement. Look at the zodiac sign, what asteroids, what planets are there. And then I would then look at where your moon is, because that's your shadow self. That's your deep self. That's like the water energy. That's like the shadows, it's like the child in all of us, the way we act when we're in a fight with somebody that's close to us, kind of like when we maybe throw a temper tantrum, or when we raise our voice, whatever. That's our shadow self. That's a reflection of our moon energy. I would start there. That would be two good placements to start, and Google the shit out of that, and you may be able to unblock something within yourself. Okay? So otherwise, the universe is saying, like, it's right there, right in front of you. All right, I hope that helps, pile 1. Sending you love and light. Bye. Okay, pile 2. All right, now it's fucking hot as balls. messages. What? Whoa. One card. One card. Hey, yeah. Okie dokie, schmoka poke. Where's the water? Kyla, all you do is sleep. Okay. All right. Hi, pile 2. Okay, so let's see what messages are supposed to be channeled to you at this time. I'm seeing, I feel like it's a keyhole. Definitely a keyhole. It's like going in the keyhole. I feel like the cosmos are, like I'm seeing through the keyhole, and it's like an awakening of some sort. Like I'm seeing like a sunflower, so it's happiness, and then all of a sudden I'm seeing like a bunch of trees. Like I'm looking up at the trees and I'm thinking awakening, and I'm seeing a bunch of light, and then before it was the cosmos, so it's like the key to enlightenment, happiness. I feel like I'm seeing people on a quest, and they have like that hard hat on with a light, like a oh my god, I can't think of the word. I want to say lantern. It's not a fucking lantern. I don't know. Light on the hard helmet. Hard hat. Wow. Oof. I feel like I'm seeing the cross, but then I feel like it blends into a wall or something, and I can't help but feel like the wall is like your mind. Something like that. Like I feel like we're in your mind. This is all symbolism of your mind. And there's lots of doorways, so like lots of rooms, like lots of cellars, wine cellars. I feel like I'm seeing something that's symbolic of Kundalini. So like, so I'm gonna open my eyes for a second, because I said this for pile 1. I'm gonna say it for pile 2, because I'm seeing something that's symbolic of the cross. In your natal chart, you should figure out if you have something called a grand cross, which is something that isn't too common, but it's something where it's basically going to make you feel like you have great difficulty in life achieving. Like you feel like there's something you're meant to do, and it's like some people do it and some people don't, because it's like you have so much pent up energy with whatever this is, you know, because it's like, it's kind of like not knowing, but knowing, not knowing. It's looked at as like the provoker, you know? So it could be either wasted energy, or it's either you end up using this energy towards something. So I don't think astro.com shows you if you have this. So maybe just Google Grand Cross Calculator. I'm not sure if that's a thing. But yeah, or look up to see if you have a yod, because that's also something that reflects that same type of energy, because it's kind of like destiny in a sense, where it's like you feel like you're meant to do something, and it's like you're gonna end up doing it later on in life because you're meant to have obstacles with it, because there's a lot of Saturn energy involved, which means a lot of square aspects. So the aspects is that energy that two planets hold together. It's either going to be, you know, beautiful energy, which is harmony, or it could be squaring. Squaring is that energy, something needs to happen. But sometimes it's like you don't know what. So when you have a Grand Cross or when you have a Yod, that's somebody who really has like that energy times 10, and it's super difficult, and it's like a lot of people, it's not a common thing to have. So a lot of people can't relate to that restless energy because all your energy is being used up inside of you. It's not being used in the material world because you're overthinking, you're trying to figure something out because you're like overstimulated in a sense with all your thoughts. Like, what should I do? There's something I'm supposed to do. Blah, 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 blah. I want to do this. I want to do that. So you overexhaust that energy. It's like you're running miles in your mind. So by the time that you're meant to actually use that energy in the material world, the 3D world, you're exhausted and you don't do anything. That's the point of a Grand Cross and a Yod. It's like you're meant to mold that energy as you get older in life, as you get wiser. It's like, okay, we've had enough. We can't keep doing nothing. We have to do something. That's why it's the provoker. So that's just something, because I'm seeing now like it's like the cross is coming through. So that could be that. It doesn't hurt to look into it. These people who have these things will always feel different. And people who don't have them will pick up on this from other people who do have them. So it's like these people will feel like the black sheep, you know? I feel like I'm seeing it again, the cross, but I picked up on for a second, so I'm going to say it's definitely that. A scarecrow. Which is exactly that type of energy it's going to embody, is like scared to make a move. Like you may procrastinate because you know there's something bigger, and it's like, but you don't know exactly what to do. So it embodies the energy of fear. Okay, so I'm gonna turn these cards around. Let's see. Arrow, surround yourself with protective energy. Raise your vibration. Yes, okay. Yes, this is exactly why I was seeing that. You have to protect your crown chakra. Because here's the thing. There's two things to this. Whether you have the Grand Cross or a Yod or not, it doesn't even matter. When you just have all this energy of like in your head, you have to do something, blah, blah, blah. That means you're more susceptible to feeling outside energies, people. These could be energy vampires. And when I say energy vampires, this is just like a term, like a psychic term, where it's like when you're psychic or when you're highly intuitive, you can feel when certain people are watching you, certain people are obsessing over you. This is why they call them energy vampires. It's an energetic feeling that we're able to feel when people like aren't letting us go. You know, it's kind of like social media stalkers. Like we can feel those big time. So you have to protect your crown chakra when it comes to that. Because when you feel these energies, because usually these are people that like you don't care about. It's people that are, not that you don't care about, it's just like you know, What do you want? You know? So it could interfere with your crown chakra. It could interfere with your work. It could interfere with your creativity. So it's a negative vibration. It could be a fear. It could be not a clear thought. It could be a foggy thought, because it's like sometimes it could reach paranoia. You can reach paranoia because it's like, well, what do they want? Like, what? You know what I mean? Do you hear my tone? It's like that is low frequency, and it's like you're not meant to be like that. You're meant to be positive. You're meant to be high frequency. So it's like, therefore, you're kind of just meant to ignore anything that's negative. So let's say you do have the Grand Cross. Let's say you do have the Yacht. That means automatically that this is an energy people can feel about you, that you're different. And usually people who don't understand these type of things, that aren't into spirituality or into astrology, but they can pick up on your energy. And these are usually the type of people that are like, these are usually the type of people that are like, you know, yeah, I'm all about good vibes, you know, but then it's like, they're like, energy. I don't know what you mean by I pick up on her energy, you know, like I think she's a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, these are people who don't really understand the things that they're saying. They're kind of unevolved. They're not that bright, is what I'm trying to say. So when you have a Grand Cross, when you have a Yod, this is an energy people can feel. People will interpret that energy as something else. They will interpret you as maybe you acting like you're too good, or maybe you're bitchy, or maybe you're this, maybe you're that, because they're picking up on an energy which is real, but then their ego filters that and they change that, and that's because it's intimidating. It's and if they were to hear that about you, they'd be like, intimidating? Yeah, I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I mean by unevolved. So they're picking up on an energy, which is right, that you're different and that you know you're different. But then their ego filters that, download that intuitive hit, and changes it to something it's not. So you may be picking up on these things. You may be picking up on people's judgment calls or unevolved thoughts of you, whatever. But here's the thing. So when you're intuitive and you pick up on these things, you have to protect your energy. You have to protect your crown chakra. You have to see the higher perspective. The higher perspective would be that you need to just block that out and realize that these people, they don't get it. And a majority of them never will. You can't go around convincing people things that they don't want to be convinced of. And I honestly, I really, really get it, because it's like you want to fight for what you know to be true. You want to stick up for yourself. You want to fight for you. You really do. But it's like, it's not a winning battle. It's not a winning battle, because it's just like law of attraction. When you step into a higher frequency, you can't bring people from your past that are of a lower frequency with you. It's just not possible. They're not going to meet you there. I can't tell you, since I've been doing all the work, because it's like when you do the work, when you're doing a spiritual awakening, and you're healing and you're working on yourself and you want to better yourself. And this is a lot of that type of stuff people won't understand either, that will attack you on some type of level, either energetically. And when I say energetically, these are the people who could be stalking you, watching you, and judging you in a negative way. So, sorry. So, oh my gosh, what was my point? I don't remember. Oh my God. See, that's the point right there. It doesn't even matter. These people don't even matter. So you really just kind of have to ignore these energies and understand that when you're doing better for yourself, there's that quote, right? What is it? People want to see you do good, but never better than them. So when you're feeling good, when you're feeling better, this is only going to bring better people into your life. It's not going to allow people who don't serve a purpose, people who don't think good thoughts of you. It's just literally the universe will not allow it. The universe has its own laws that some of us understand and some of us don't. So when you're working on yourself, you're healing on yourself, and you're seeing the things that aren't the best, that need to be worked on, this is when you're raising your frequency. But when you focus on the people that don't like you or hold negative vibrations of you or want to attack you, that lowers your vibration, that lowers your frequency. So it's like Spirit saying to you, why would you focus on your energy on this? You already understand why these people act the way they do, why they think the way they do. And here's the thing too about these people. I think this was the point I was going to make. Everybody has a different journey. Everybody has a different mission. When you look at everybody's natal chart, some people really don't have this in them to raise their vibration. If you were to say, and these are the people who are saying good vibes. Yeah, she just had a good energy. And it's like, what does that even mean, bro? And they'd be like, and they wouldn't know. They wouldn't even know what the fuck they're saying. So Pluto is all about transformation, always wanting to better yourself, always doing that deep psychoanalyzing work within yourself. Okay, that's where Pluto will bring you. So there's specific signs and specific house placements, and depending where they are in people's charts, it's like some people can never literally ever meet you there. You could talk about this shit and they'll be like, oh yeah, definitely, and then think you're the biggest fucking weirdo ever. That's because they're not meant to live that type of life. They're not meant to, they would call it a hippie, like, oh, okay, hippie, LOL. And it's like, what? And it's like, and that's their journey, literally. So I hope that helps. I feel like Spirit's kind of calling you out in the sense that it's like, you're better than this. You know better. So anyway, I hope that helped. I hope that resonated, and I'm sending you love and light.